Hi, it's Paul Rainbow. Just wanted to go through the process of what happens for the last pay run for the fiscal year. So we're coming up at the moment for the 2024-25 fiscal year end. Most likely your last pay will be somewhere in this last week here between the 23rd and the 27th, possibly the 30th. It could be like your last pay if you do your pay run on a Monday. One of these dates here most likely will be when you are going to use this option to say it's the final pay. So I'm going to pretend it's next week, and I'm just going to say that Tuesday is our normal pay run day. That will be our last pay run for the year. If it was Monday, then that would be the last pay run for the year. Let's say it's the 24th. So if I push OK there, I'm just going to use my normal run here. But this is the main thing here, is the final pay on the financial year. So this is the only time for the year that you need to change that to yes. And the system will automatically be asking you this for every pay for June every year, because it means that for those people that pay fortnightly, they might have it this current week being the last pay for the year, depending on their payday, of course. So when you click that it doesn't really do much. It's just giving me a warning that I'm doing in the future. It doesn't really do much in the system there. It's really just a flag that will get used when you send your STP data through. So you go through your normal pay run as you would. As you see, it's brought through the list of employees for this company, which is just me. And you go through and do what you normally would do. And then when you go through STP, the single touch payroll, it's identical here. There's nothing changed here at all. And you'll send your STP through. Now, the only thing would be is that you need to make sure that everything is all up to date and squeaky clean before you run that final pay. So, and once you do that, then basically the main thing that's going to happen is it's going to move in the MyGov for your employees to tax ready. And that's the main thing it's going to do with that flag. Now, if you don't mark that flag as Y on that final pay and you have to come back to it, you can come back to it and mark it as Y, and then you'd have to send an update through this. Now, if it's the last STP you've sent through, then you can use and it doesn't come up at the moment because we haven't sent in anything at all. But later you'll have a U option if it isn't a last STP you've sent through, but you can say a Y option if it is the last one, and you can do what's called a full file replacement. So that's recommended to do a full file replacement if possible. You can do the U option if not. So if it's over 14 days since you sent the STP, or you've done any other STP posts, then you can't use that Y option, the full file replacement. But if not, you should be able to. But as I said, that's only if you forget to mark this flag as Y on that final pay. So hopefully it's reminding you each time when you do these pay runs that you need to do that at the end of the year. So it's the same process for any financial year. You're just doing this on the last pay for that financial year, and you can send that STP through once that's done. In the next couple of years, and it has been the previous years, the other thing that you need to remember is on the next pay run for the next financial year, in this case 2025-26, you'll need to update your superannuation as well. So let's do that. So if I just save that as it is and pretend that that's all been sent through, and I'll just add a new one in. And this time, it's not going to be the 24th. It's going to actually be the 1st of July. Just nice and convenient. 1st of July, there it is. Push OK. And it's going to come through and ask us weekly. Yes, that's fine. It's just giving me a warning that it's after today as well. So, but as you see, it's come through automatically here and asking you to update to the superannuation rate of 12%. So if you're ready to do that now you should only do this if obviously if the previous financial year, the 2024-25 in this case, has been completed, because this is going to change the employee rate through the system for all the employees and move them from the 11.5 to the 12, or for the next financial year it's going to be then 12.5. But let's run the update. Just push OK. As I say, it's going to update it to the 12. Let's say yes there, and that's now done. So if I come out of here, and I can show you what I mean. So if you go search the payroll employees now, you can see that it's actually a little bit over from where we are, but I'll um, just click across the screen. There we go. So there's your 12% come through automatically there. So the previous it was 11.5 and now it's 12%. So you can continue on from here now. It's the same as what it would normally be. You come into here and do your pay run as you would normally have done. So that's really about it. That's the main things I wanted to show you. So firstly, it's on the last pay of the year, you'll need to click the final pay is yes. And on the next pay of the year, on the first week of July, you'll need to make sure you update your superannuation. Now, obviously, in a few years' time, you won't need to do the superannuation step. That's only in the this. I think it's got the one more year after this year before it's at its maximum. All right. And yeah, if you've got any questions, you can send it to support@interact.com.au. Thanks. Bye.